Hello everybody, welcome to the Ultimate Scouting Show. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to be talking about CJ Stroud and why he is one of the most complicated quarterback prospects I have ever scouted. So let's dive right into it. Some background information on Stroud. He was a four-star prospect coming out of California. He decided to go to Ohio State. He had about 19 offers, including from Michigan, Georgia. He eventually chose the Buckeyes, sat his first year as a redshirt year, and then once Justin Fields declared for the draft, he became the starter for the Buckeyes. He came in as a redshirt freshman, threw for a 71.9% completion percentage, 4,435 yards, 44 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions. He finished fourth in Heisman voting, and he came into this season with really high expectations, both from a draft profile, but also from a Heisman race. He finished the year with a 66.2% completion percentage, 3,340 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He finished third in Heisman voting, and as of this recording here, he still has playoff games to play, so that could certainly change his draft stock. But I really wanted to get a report out on CJ Stroud because he is such an interesting prospect in this draft. There are a couple of things that I really look for in quarterback prospects that Stroud really does very well. First up, he has an NFL caliber arm. No doubt about it. It's not an elite arm. It's not on the level of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, nothing like that, but it is very good. No concerns at all with his velocity, his ability to, set his feet and launch the ball downfield. It is definitely an NFL caliber arm. So that's a check mark there. Can he throw it accurately? Yes, he certainly can. He has great spiral on his balls. He can put it in there with touch. He can fit it into tight windows. He does a fantastic job reading the leverage of defenders. This is something I've really noticed with him. It might be his best trait. He can recognize the leverage of defenders very well. And not only does he throw it accurately, he protects his wide receivers, generally speaking, and he also gives them chances to turn upfield and really get yards after catch. That is a really important skill. And he has very good accuracy at all 3 levels of the field. And, that ability to read defenders' leverage and put it right where he wants is really impressive for a quarterback prospect. Within the pocket, he has very fantastic, smooth, repeatable mechanics. His footwork looks very smooth, very precise, and then he also does a great job getting his hips pointed at the target, getting his shoulders pointed at the target. He does a very good job kind of mechanically being the same repeatable motion over and over again in the pocket. That's something that makes him pro ready, and that makes him be able to have these accurate throws and these high velocity throws as well, because his feet are always in the right place. He's pointed the right direction. It's just very good fundamentals from the quarterback position from CJ Stroud. He also has a very good processor on him, which actually kind of surprised me. Ohio State has a reputation of being like a one-read system. I really don't think he did that much at all. They have a lot of option routes at Ohio State, so the wide receivers and the quarterback need to be on the same page, and I think he did a very good job reading the same thing that his wide receivers were reading. He also goes through full field progressions on a relatively regular basis. They certainly have their plays where it's just a design screen, a design rollout, designed to go to one player or another, but I think he's shown he can read the full field, and he does a pretty darn good job of it. He really makes good decisions. I don't think that, within structure, that's a problem at all. He does a very good job of continuing to make the right decisions, fit it into the right windows, and give his guys chances when they should be given that chance. He does just a very good job in the pocket being able to make the right decisions and make all of the throws that you would possibly want. So why is he a complicated prospect? Outside of the structure of the offense, he really struggles with decision-making, accuracy, and just being able to be a creator. And that is something that is very important for quarterbacks, and I don't think that CJ Stroud does it at a very high level right now. Within the system of the offense, he's absolutely fantastic. He kind of plays that point guard role where he's a great distributor. He's very surgical with his passes, and if his wide receivers are getting open and his offensive line are blocking, he is going to be absolutely on time, on target almost every single time. But when that play breaks down and you need your quarterback to direct traffic and run around and make plays, he doesn't do that well enough right now. He also really struggles with pressure in his face. He was one of the worst quarterbacks in college football against the blitz and against pressure. That is a major problem in the NFL. A lot of defensive coordinators like to test you as a rookie, and he is going to struggle in that regard if he is put behind a bad offensive line with wide receivers that can't separate. A lot of these teams in the top 10 of the draft are going to have situations like that, and I think he could really struggle. Another thing that I noticed about CJ Stroud is he really does not like to get hit. You see him brace in the pocket when pressure is coming. It throws off of his mechanics. It makes him not throw the ball accurately, not with enough power. And sometimes, it forces him into really stupid decisions. Here on this play, we see him, he tries to throw the ball, but instead braces for contact and fumbles the ball and is picked up for a touchdown by the Iowa defense. We also see other plays of him where he is going to throw it and he braces for contact and it completely messes up the throw, or he forces it into a bad situation. His ability out of structure and against the blitz is a massive problem for me at the next level. I think that if he goes to a system where he doesn't have a good offensive line or a good coordinator to really scheme things up for him, he could potentially really struggle. Another thing to note with CJ Stroud is I think that his anticipation is generally pretty good, but I'd love to see him pull the trigger just a little bit faster, that half second faster, on a somewhat regular basis. I think he has good eyes and he needs to trust it a little bit more. Sometimes he hesitates for half a second and then can't get the throw off. Or sometimes, he hesitates for half a second and the route is no longer there. Sometimes he just needs to rip that ball into the window because he is seeing the right things. He has the arm to do it. He just needs to trust his process just a little bit more and anticipate those routes coming open. As a whole, he is a very, very tough prospect to grade out. I have him as a grade of an 87.14, which is a mid to late-ish first-round pick. There's going to be a lot of differing opinions on CJ Stroud. I could see people that absolutely love him. I could see people that absolutely hate him. I'm somewhere in the middle right now. I think he has so many good things going for him. Inside the pocket, he is absolutely elite. He is genuinely elite pocket passer. But when things break down, that's when things get really dicey for CJ Stroud. My pro comp for him is Jared Goff plus. I think that he has a higher ceiling and higher floor than Jared Goff does when Jared Goff is playing his worst. I don't think he's a good NFL quarterback by any stretch of the imagination. I think CJ Stroud could be better than the best of Jared Goff, but they have a lot of the similar problems. When things are going really well, going right, they're very, very good. They're surgical, and we can see that with the Lions right now. But when things are not going well and plays are breaking down and wide receivers aren't getting open, it doesn't work. And Jared Goff is not a creator. I don't know that CJ Stroud is a creator either. That is going to be a very interesting evaluation for a lot of NFL teams. I think he has some great traits, but there's also some things that really scare me, which make him one of the most complicated quarterbacks I have ever scouted. Please let me know down below what you think of CJ Stroud, what you think of this scouting report and my grade. Please, if you like this video and other NFL draft content, hit that subscribe button down below, hit that like button as well. Helps push this video out to other NFL draft fans just like you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye.